What's going on, guys? Today I was going to be showing you my vault build. This build, it took a while to actually come into play because I was messing around with all sorts of different types of builds, which you can go kind of wild with vault. But the one I have now, I feel like I'm really comfortable with because it's a very balanced stats as far as everything. I tried to go with as much duration as I could because he really benefits from having duration, especially the 2, which is that speed run, and also the 4, which holds them into place. It's a really nice crowd control as well as some insane damage coming from that. So there's a lot of diversity with Vault, and I'm really impressed with Vault. I never actually gave him a chance. The first time I got Vault, I basically leveled him up, got him to 30. I hated it. I deleted him. But now that I got Vault Prime and now that they went through that rework, totally different character. So I'm gonna show you the build here, and then we're gonna get some gameplay so I can show you what he's like. But I started with growing power. Growing power is his aura because he started already with the V slot. So I went ahead and I went with growing power, and it actually works out with this build because I was trying to balance out the stats like I was telling you. So I'm running growing power for damage. I'm also running power drift for damage, and then I'm running intensify and transient fortitude. So I'm running all 3 of these, or 4 different damage things going on right now, just to get it up to 140%. But with growing power, the way that works is that when you're doing a status with any of your weapons, it will give you 25% more damage. So you're looking at about 65% damage when you actually are attacking, which I've been using the Sarpa a lot with him because the beautiful thing about the Sarpa is that it's basically a gun, and when you pull out your shield, it forces you into melee. Since that's a gun, you put 2 and 2 together, you got basically like a SWAT team guy going on right now with Vault. So I'm gonna show you that. And also, I'm going to show you too that the actual electricity buff that he gets from running around and stacking that, it will stick with you while you're using the Sarpa. So you'll see that in a sec. I'm running a fleeting expertise and streamline for the efficiency. He definitely needs efficiency, but it's also, you can go without it if you want to. I was running flow for a while, so I actually got rid of fleeting and I put flow in there. And he actually is not bad with efficiency. Like, he can actually hold his own for a while. It's just the new Samaris Endless, since they start you with like 100 energy every time you go into the portal, it can be really difficult to get your energy back. So, and then you won't have really an opportunity to press your 4 that much. So that's why I went ahead with fleeting in this build, because I wanted to be able to just go into that mission whenever I wanted, and then also do other missions without having to change my build every time. I went with prime continuity for duration as well as narrow-minded. I really wish I didn't have to use narrow-minded in this build because I really hate that it destroys a range. So the way I picked up the range was with overextended, but overextended destroys your strength. So it's like, you know, you're really battling trying to balance out the stats with these 2 things. It works really well with Vault, but typically I wouldn't do this with any other builds. And you probably noticed that, like, I'm trying really hard to keep the duration up because I didn't want to sit there spamming the 2 all day long. And also the 4 doesn't last nearly as long. Like, it lasts for like 3 seconds. And then, you know, that's the end of the crowd control, unless you sit there spamming it over and over. So that's why I was telling you that there are several different types of builds you can do with this. But this is the one I'm going to be showing you today. And then this thing is amazing. This is a must-have mod on Vault. It makes your 4 basically just give you shields and your entire team shields. It's beautiful, beautiful thing. So this is a must-have thing. This just makes your survivability crazy. But yeah, that's the build. Let's jump into a mission so you can see exactly what this is like. Because, I mean, there's so many different ways to play this. But yeah, let's just do it. Okay, so I just loaded into the elite version of Samaris's Endless. So we're just going to test it out with this. I'm going to see how long I can last, but let's do it. Usually when I go into the portal, the first thing I do is I press 4. That's the first thing you want to do to kind of build your shields. Once you get that going, then you can go ahead and start blasting, do whatever you want. But the one thing that I notice is that when you see they're held for a while with this build, that's why I like the duration, because then I can be able to just press it again and keep them held for pretty much the entire thing. That's why I really like this build. Before, it only lasted for about 4 seconds without narrow-minded, so you'll be sitting there like twiddling your thumbs until something happens, you know? So I didn't really like that. But what I wanted to show you with the shield is that you can actually plop the shield down, switch over to melee, which is my Sarpa, and you can see on the top right, it's actually still building that multiplier up there. Which there was that other mod that you can get, which makes it so that the shield gives you the stacks of electricity damage. Well, you can actually run around like this. The mobs are shooting your shield all day, so then that would easily just make it so that, you know, you can pop off your 4 with the maximum ability of it. Which, I mean, it doesn't stack that much with the 4. Because of it's more based on them being electrocuted at that moment, and then kind of what's it called? It just like works over time. It's very different. I don't really know how to explain it. With the 1, it works the best because it actually scales with that pretty well. But I don't really use the 1 as much as I would like to. The 2 is really important because you're gonna be speeding up everything. Like, look how fast my gun is. Like, this is pretty ridiculous. So I can sit here all day doing one of these numbers, you know. But this is Vault is pretty badass, man, because he's pretty much invincible as long as you're using your 4. So as long as you're doing that, you got like unlimited shields. The only time I really have faced any kind of problem was with the Infested, because they can throw that fucking toxic bullshit at you and kill you through your shields. So that's one thing you gotta be really careful with. But other than that, man, he's a badass. I messed up my flow right there. Pressed the 4 too many times. See, but then you pop the shield down so you can keep going. Let's go into the next one. Press 4 again. Ah, I can't press 4 right now. Alright, so let's use the shield for a second. And then 4. That's why I like running around with the Sarpa, because you can pretty much chop everybody down pretty easily, and then you can also have the shield up so you don't have to take any damage at all. Especially these guys, they hit really hard, so there's a nice little protection from all these assholes right here. Let me get some energy back. And it's pretty cool because you can basically put yourself in a little cocoon like this. So you can just stay doing one of these, you know? He's badass, man. Vault is becoming like one of my new favorite Warframes because he's so ridiculous. See, I could put shields on both ends like this, then do one of these. Oh, you wanted to come into my shield, bastard? Press 4. You see how ridiculous this is? Vault is awesome. But one thing I noticed too, when you put the shield up and you're holding it like this, like SWAT team style, it actually slows down your movement, so you have to use the 2 to keep it going. Otherwise, you'll be super slow. I'm just gonna go nuts here. Press 4. So I noticed with the 4, you can probably get away with about 8 seconds, 8 to 10 seconds until Samaris yells at you for pressing the 4 too many times. So I've actually tried to time it with the amount of time that the power actually lasts. So let's say you see my 4 has a 10-second duration, so once it's over, I can press it again. So I pretty much time it that way. So you have like unlimited 4 basically because of the crowd control. And I press my 3, put it down. All his abilities are really nice. That's why I really like Vault 2. Like his 1 is decent. You see, he actually has some pretty nice crowd control. So whenever the 4 isn't up, you can use the 1. Let me clear up some of this mess here. Then we're gonna go in. Here we go. I just want to see how long I can last by myself. I haven't actually done this. What the hell? Oh, okay. Just trying to get rid of that thing on the ground. Press 4. See, whenever my shields start going down a little bit, I'll press 4 again just to kind of kill things. Press 4 again. See, and since I'm always using my gun, I'm always running around shooting it, I have growing power constantly going on. It never shuts off. So I have pretty much permanent 160% damage all the time. I'm starting to notice that this is actually a lot easier than playing with a team, simply because all the mobs gather onto me. You know, you don't have to worry about like actually trying to find mobs. They're always available. Oh, forgot to press my 2. Alright, let me get some energy back. His shields are so awesome too. This little riot shield thing going on. Whoa. Okay. I feel like I can do this all day. Holy shit. Ah, I pressed the 4 too soon. Let's wait for it to come back before I go into the next one. Alright, where is this conduit anyway? Alright, let's go. Zone 4. Oh, these guys are tough. Yeah, they're hitting really, really hard. I'm gonna stay in this corner right here. Oh, I thought that was bad right there. I was looking at that corpus thing. Alright, let's start making a move. Oh, these guys are tough. I don't know if we're gonna make it this round. Not killing fast enough. Going into channeling. Maybe if I channel, I'll do some more damage. Ooh, taking a lot of damage. Kind of wish I brought a different melee weapon for this part. Let's get some more energy. We gotta get into that conduit fast. %20 efficiency. Let's see if we can do it. Oh, and infested. These guys are easier to kill, but they can one-shot me with the stupid freaking health damage that they do. Oh shit, they're doing it already. See, those flying ones are super dangerous. They literally just fly into you for even a second and you're dead. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I'm out of energy. This is looking bad. I'm gonna change to the Ignis. Ah, damn, and I was standing right in front of it. Alright, that wasn't bad though. Did pretty decent, even though I was by myself, but yeah, that's Vault. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't, and I will see you on the next one. Later, guys.